So now, once and for all, I break any curse, hex, voodoo, anything off this photo.
The president today calling the virus a plague, warning the country faces tough days ahead.
This video of our president, now they are saying this is a plague. Well, in the beginning of all this coronavirus and all this going on, I posted things online and I try to give people warnings, and I told you guys this was a plague. You guys messaged me, wrote comments, told me, quit watching the news. You're scaring, you're getting scared. And I responded. I told you guys, it's not me getting scared. That is me seeing what's to come. And how can I sit here and tell you what is and what isn't? There's steps that must be taken. For me, they started as a kid. By age 29, or I should say at age 29, anything before that, I would see spirits, dark things, and I would stay away from these things. Never in my life did I ever want to deal with them. I always could determine what's good, what's bad, what's evil, people's energies. But never in my life did I think I would be dealing with dark forces, dark energies. I mean, literally standing in front of a demon and being able to tell you exactly what his eyes look like, what the horns look like. So, here it is. 2012, the year the Mayan calendar ended. The world was supposed to end. It didn't. All that was time for a new era. 2012, I lost one of the most important women in my life, my grandmother. And it was at that point that I stepped my game up. I started doing deeper spirit communications and, getting more involved, not running anymore. 2 years later, I lost my sister. She was with somebody that was bad. Somebody that dealt with voodoo and all these things, dark things. I never believed in voodoo. I thought voodoo can only affect you if you actually believe in it. Well, I learned the hard way. My sister's funeral, in her casket, she was laying. And her facial expressions went from nothing to now smiling. Back to, it was just crazy. Never in my life did I ever think I would witness such a thing. At the same time, I was sitting there watching these dark things moving around the funeral home. And let me tell you, that was one crazy funeral. Fighting, violence, everything. These dark energies were there with her body. And after her funeral, I started looking things up, trying to figure out what it is I saw. And it was at that point that I knew voodoo was real. So I communicated and I spoke with my sister. She told me what happened. She told me it was all because of the voodoo and everything else. She gave me many warnings to come. And with every warning that I received from her, they happened. Everything happened. And 2 years later, it was at that point that I was experiencing such dark forces, to the point that I was in a way of feeling like I was losing myself. I went out and I bought digital cameras. I went out and I bought things. I started recording everything because I said, you know what? If I'm crazy, there won't be nothing on these pictures when I take them. But to my surprise, every time I took a picture, because I was seeing something, there was always something there. So I went this way, I lived this way, trying to figure all these things out. And it was up until the point that I met a friend from work. This man, he introduced me to another man. And it was at that point that I got introduced to cleansing and actually knowing, finally, another human being could tell me what I was going through. For many years, everything I did was spiritual, but I always had a little doubt in my mind because I never had anyone else to ask these things. Why am I seeing this? Why am I seeing that? And this man came. He taught me how to free my sister. And I thank this man. He does things for people. He helps people in a way. He shows people things. He is an angel amongst you people. And I got many friends that do the same. So as I have gone on my path, I am attracting more and more and more of these kind of people everywhere I go. They're coming, they're flocking. These are all people that are walking this earth right now, helping people, cleansing homes, pulling out depression out of depressed people. So, in 2017, here I go again. I lost another person that was very important to me, meant the world to me, and she was taken from me. My mother, she was pure at heart. Animals meant the world to her. People meant the world to her. Her whole life of walking around, telling people about loved ones, describing loved ones to people, helping people with the mourning process, all these things. She was a good woman. But the day she died, I was at work, and something popped in my head, and I heard my mom's voice. I heard her while I was at work. I love you, son, but I'm not here no more. That's what I heard. And I didn't fully understand it. Why am I hearing this? What the hell is going on? So later on that evening, I get a phone call. And yeah, it was my mom. She passed. So this whole time of my mom being dead, I went over there. I felt the vibes. I felt the energy of the house where she passed away. And I know she didn't pass away the way they think she passed away. So, with that being said, I have cut people off. Here I am. I have freed my mom. My mom was trapped. These demons, I'm telling you, they were real. And I say they were. But they're no more. I freed my mom. They held her for 2 years. And in 2 years of time of hearing my mom's voice, Anthony, help me. Anthony, please help me. I always hear these voices. People always come to me asking me for help. Cleanse me. Send me up. I didn't know what all this meant until she died, until my friend taught me how to free souls. So I did it. I freed her. And in the end, they told me I freed my mom. 2 years after my mom's death, I have learned how to use different types of energies. I learned how to pull the energies of the earth herself. In which ways can I use these energies I have? I learned how to do things. Stars move for me now. I have done things in this world that are written about Egyptian times. And all over the world, there are symbols that are round, that are circles, discs. There's even wheels on other things, but they all represent the same thing. Even the eggs. People say that there's eggs, so we must come from an egg. No, they all represent the same thing. In the beginning, there was Gilgamesh, there was the Anunnaki. The Egyptians, they wrote, they drew all these symbols. There's circles, all these things. India, same thing. All over the world, discs are put and shown. Well, I know what those mean. I have done those things. And with that being said, I could never tell anybody what that is. That is for one person to figure out. Every 2,000, 2,500 years to maybe 5,000 years. That's why they are all over the world. So, I did these things. Now I'm on a whole nother level where I'm starting to forget how to cleanse. I am seeing so much of this world. It's like a movie. The plague, I told people, I warned people. I'm here to help. I'm here to teach. What happens when a kid tells their parents, I see spirits? What do you do with that? Do you go to your priest? What are they going to do for you? You go to a church, they're going to run you off. Well, that's what I'm doing this for. I'm trying to change the world to a better place. There are children that can't see, and they live in fear of not understanding what they are seeing. In my eyes, What happens when these kids could learn at a young age and by 13 already mastered how to do these things? What happens when these kids grow up to be 30 years old and now are seeing beyond what I am seeing? This is what I mean. There are stronger energies in this world. I have seen what's coming. And in the end of all of this, you will see what I see and know why I am here speaking. So there has been other symbols around the world. There are people that have been carved. They are wearing spacesuits. People take it as we have been visited by aliens. These were the alien beings that came. No, that's not why they're there. These things are shown all over the world because they have been here and they're trying to show us who we are and where we come from. And the reason being that you see people in space suits and other things like this is because they were a pure sacrifice. These people, they sacrificed themselves. Why do aliens help us? What is their purpose? I say they're not aliens, they're humans. They just look the way they do because of where they live and their technology and everything they are. But they know our path. They know when we are in a path of destruction. They know these things. Our blood is key. Is our blood used for their atmosphere on their planet? We are holders, and within our DNA, we carry their blood. That is the purpose for these symbols. So yes, there is a such thing as an alien abduction, and they do put metal chips in people. That is for the purpose of not being scared when you are taken. These are for the purposes of calming people down. This is why in the old days, they are shown of wearing suits. And some of them, they even have their face covered. Others, it's like a helmet with their eyes closed. This is so they couldn't see. Well, now they are on a level where they put chips in people that they abduct. This chip controls the mind, the nerves, makes you believe you are in another place, not realizing where you are. Key to everything is our blood. We, as humans, hold the key of their lives. They tell me that they need our blood. They're sick. So, they do come. And as payment, they are here for our protection. This is how it works. This is why UFOs have been shown through every big movement all over the world. Their drawings, their symbols. We have been connected to these beings for a very long time. And yet we have been misled to the point where we know nothing. I believe certain people know all these things. I have been told people know these things. But not everyone. We don't know. They keep us from this. Are there government officials that are in contact with alien life already? I'm here spitting knowledge. I'm trying to tell you guys what's going on around the world. We hold the key in our blood. How far have we been misled? I tell you, Jesus Christ. His name is not Jesus Christ. It is Nick. Who do you know named Nick? Once a year comes around on the same day Jesus Christ was born. December 25th, Saint Nick. Only he is drawn as a white man. with a bag full of gifts, with the gifts that only help certain types of people. And by me saying help, I mean making them richer. That's not the gifts he brought. He brought the gifts of knowledge, knowing. Everything is so far manipulated that they created a person named Saint Nick, a monk. And I believe that was 280 years after Christ was dead. Saint Nick. And nobody sees this. I grew up as a kid not understanding Christmas. I never had Christmas. I never received Christmas. And yet, I never felt a certain way about Christmas. That is because on the inside, I guess I truly knew that it was all a lie. Jesus Christ, Nick, his whole story manipulated. What else has been manipulated? I'd say everything. Everything is based on money. Everything is based on what another person has. That's not the way. There's energies out here, and we need to turn this into a good place. Because right now, everything that is going on, I believe people have made decisions. And these decisions, you will see at the end, there is so much coming up. But with that being said, remember, God is everything. You pray to God. Don't ever forget God, not Jesus. Have you ever really taken a look at a picture of Satan or even the statue of Satan? Well, if you look at that, you will see on his stomach that there is a symbol. This symbol is the symbol of purity. So now I ask, why does the Pope wear the same symbol as Satan? The symbol that is on Satan's stomach, is that the same symbol that the Pope is wearing? And now, why is the same symbol being used on television showing us the coronavirus? Manipulation. They are cleansing this world of purity that they see fit. And that is what it is. That is what's happening. People decided who should be fit, who shouldn't. There's people that are working, people doing things, and rich people are locked in their homes, away from everything. When all this hit the United States and hit around, that's when lockdown should have happened. But it's not. They let it spread. They're on a mission. These things are happening. And yeah, you guys could say, this ain't real. You guys could say, this guy's full of shit. But I ask, did I not say this in the beginning? I told people. I tried to warn people. Everyone denied me. Everybody told me, no, that can't be. You're wrong. Quit watching the news. And here we are. So I leave you with that. But don't forget, God is everything. Keep it positive and keep it going. But God is everything. God is life.